Hi vinyl community, it's Mike here, and today I'm going to show you some of the pre-loved records that I purchased in October from Leeds Record Fair, and also from a great second-hand record store in Leeds called Relics. And one of the records I picked up is something I've been looking for a very, very long time, and I couldn't believe that I finally got it, and I'll leave that right to the end. It's a post-punk classic. So anyway, let's start off with some of the stuff from Relics, and it's singles. So first off, it's the Mekons, and this is their debut single on Fast Records. It's Where Were You? And the other side, it's a double A side, and it's called I'll have to dance then on my own. And it says here it was recorded on the 20th and 22nd of October 1978 at Space Ward in Cambridge. Now, I've had a reissue of this for absolutely ages. As you probably know, I like to collect anything by Leeds bands, and the Mekons are one of my favourites. So I was really pleased to get the, at last to get an original. And as I say, I picked that up from Relics Records. You see, it's on the Fast label. Second up, another band from Leeds, and it's the Mighty Gang of Four. And there you go. At home, he's a tourist, and the B-side, it's Her Factory. This is from 1979, I think, as well. Yes, 1979. It's the second single from Gang of Four, and it's on EMI, but it's got the sort of the Gang of Four label sort of logo there, and then a picture on the other side. So I was really pleased to get that. I'm just about getting there with Gang of Four singles now, and I was pleased to pick that one up. Right, another brilliant punk band, or post-punk, whatever you like to say. Raincoats, female band, and this is their single from, again, it's a debut, it's 1979 again, and it's Fairy Tale and Supermarket, and it's got two tracks, I think, on the B-side. Yeah, you got In Love and Adventures Close to Home. They go on the Rough Trade label. So again, another great bit of post-punk that I managed to pick up, and that was again from Relics Records. Right, and the final single from Relics was this. It's a split single. Well, it's kind of a split single. It's The Associates and 39 Lion Street, or Lion Sheet. Is it Lion Sheet? Lion Street, 39 Lion Street. And I've not seen this single before. Now, 39 Lion Street apparently was a side project of The Associates, and it was a sort of just a one-off thing for the single, I believe. And so it was, Billy Mackenzie and Alan Rankins, and they were joined by a lady called Christine Beveridge. So it's a double A side, and on side A you've got their version of a track called Kites. That's 39 Lion Street's version of Kites. And Kites it's a cover of a song that made the charts as sort of a pop psych sort of classic from 1967 by Simon Dupre and the Big Sound, and I think that in itself was a cover of a country song that was first recorded by, and I have to look at my notes, a country band called the Rooftop Singers, who released it in the United States. So that's it, Kites, and then the Associates themselves, The Girl Named Property on the B side, or the other A side, and it's on the RSO label. So there you go. So those are the singles. I come back to Relics right at the end, because I've got something pretty special to show you. But now on to Leeds Record Fair in October. Leeds Record Fair is at Leeds Market every second Saturday of the month, and I'm there most months, if not every month. And I picked up a fair bit this time. Maybe not quite as much as I had before because of the stuff that I bought at Relics a couple of days earlier. But I did get a couple of reggae singles. Now I'm starting to collect reggae singles now. My good mate Nick's Vinyl Butty is a real sort of reggae ska fanatic, and he's very good at guiding me in the right direction. If I ask him a question, he'll know the answer. But at the moment, I'm picking up the stuff that's quite easy to get, quite well known, and this one's no exception. On the Trojan label, of course, the sort of a classic sort of UK reggae label, and it's the Pioneers, and it's Let Your Years Be Yeah, and there we go. And that came out in 19. Again, I wrote it down. I can't see it. 1970. 1970. There you go. So that's the Pioneers, and I'm getting there now. I've got one or two reggae singles at the moment, but I wouldn't say it's an impressive collection just yet. Anyway, another one on another sort of reggae label, and another, this was a big hit. I think it made that #2 in the charts in the UK, and this is Janet Kay, and it's 1979 on the Scope label, and it's her hit "Silly Games." So I'm sure just about everybody will know that tune. It's an absolute classic, and there you go. It's on the Scope label. For put the single in there, you get a better idea. There you go. That's it. So that's two reggae singles that I picked up on the day. Now, the third and final single from the record fair, it's not punk at all. It's dance, and the dance scene of the 80s passed me by completely. But there's all sorts of absolutely brilliant stuff, and none greater than, of course, the KLF, and this is 3 a.m. Eternal, and it's the KLF featuring the Children of the Revolution. There you go. And it's got a KLF label. It was 1989, and I think it made the sort of top of the UK dance charts. It was pretty big at the time, but that's KLF. Right, now something else I also collect are Peel session EPs, and I was lucky enough to pick one up this time on the Strange Fruit label, and it's the Electro Hippies. Now, the name's a bit deceptive because this is not electronica, it's not psych, it's not in no way hippie music. This is thrashcore, this is hardcore punk from 1987. So it was recorded on the 12th of July 1987 and then broadcast on the 20th of July 1987. So you've got nine tracks on this EP, but not one of them goes above 1 minute. Track called Mother, 1 minute 40, and there's two other tracks that at 1 minute 20. Everything else is less than that, including Mega Armageddon Death, which runs in at a really cool 1 second. So I'll show you the label because, of course, it's Strange Fruit, isn't it? And that's a great label. So there you go. That's another Peel session from my collection. The Electro Hippies, who were quite short-lived, mid-80s. They hailed from over in Lancashire. I think it was Wigan and St Helens that they came from. So there you go. That's them. Right. Next, something else that I'm trying to do, and that is to catch up with the The Mighty King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And I managed to pick up another one this month, and it's this one, Butterfly 3000. It's from 2021, and it says on the front, on the package on the front, exactly what it is. It's psychedelic, melodic, prismatic, every brush stroke considered. And I'd say that's about right. So there you go. So it comes in this sort of brown paper bag, and there you go. There's the there's the band, and this album has a sort of quite a sort of Japanese sort of feel to it. You know, quite sort of quite oriental sort of sound. You know, a bit psyche, and it's lovely. But you know, like everything that King Gizzard do, you never know quite what style of music you're going to get, but you can be guaranteed that what you do get will be absolutely brilliant. And Butterfly 3000 is no exception to that. So that was another great one. And another one of my collecting habits is stiff records. And the great Wreckless Eric. You know, Eric sort of became, you know, really big in the sort of part of the sort of punk scene. Although, you know, I don't think he's really a punk. He's more sort of like, you know, power pop sort of rock and roll singer. And this is his album. It's a double album called Big Smash, as you can say, and it's from 1980. And it's got some good stuff on it. It's got Whole Wide World, or I'd Go the Whole Wide World, which was probably his biggest single, is on here. And then you've got Semaphore Signals, and there's another single on this. Oh yeah, a pop song, which was also a single. So you know, as I say, always like to pick up some stiff records. Not on the classic sort of stiff sort of label. This is a bespoke label for Eric. I won't show you the other album because it looks exactly the same. So there you go. Now then, that was everything at the record fair. And I said at the start that I'd been to Relics Records and I picked some stuff up, and I built those singles. And what happened is that, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I was in Relics, you know, minding my own business, digging through the crates as you do. And the owner comes up to me and says, "We've just got some stuff in, Mike, and we think it's right up your street. And do you want first dibs?" So, you know, naturally, I said, "Yeah, I do. Thanks very much." And I couldn't believe what I found. So apart from, you know, those singles that I showed you at the start, there was an album that you just don't see around. And not only that, it's in absolutely brilliant condition. It's an original, and it's the mighty Swell Maps, 1979, and there we are, A Trip to Marineville. So with the house on fire, and there's all the tracks there on the back, and I'll let you know. As I say, it's in perfect condition. I mean, the sleeve is absolutely brilliant. The vinyl itself is absolutely brilliant. You can see the sort of bespoke sort of labels here. It's on rough trade, and it's rough trade number 2. And there's Nina there as well. That's got you know, all the details and everything. And you know, when I saw it, I just couldn't believe it. You know, and anyway, so I bought that. But you know, those of you who know are saying, "Hang on, Mike, wasn't there a single with this?" Well, yes, there was, and of course, the single was there as well. And it's, you know, you can tell this is an early press because the sleeve of the single has got this sort of like hand-drawn illustrations that the band did. I think there's a sort of selection of them that you can get. But you know, whenever you see this album on Discogs, so often, you know, the description says no 7-inch. So you know, when I saw this in perfect condition, Swell Maps, and yeah. I just had to have it. And I mean, the guy who had sold his collection, I mean, it wasn't a massive collection, but the stuff was right up my street. And there was some absolutely brilliant reggae in there as well. But quite honestly, you know, my budget wouldn't stretch much further than what I'd actually showed you today. So there's one or two other things that I may show you another time. But you know, the reggae was lovely stuff. But you know, the albums, they're saying, well, you know, these albums, they're sort of, you know, 50, 60 pounds plus. And at the moment, I'm not really prepared to pay that much for reggae, but you know, you never know, one day. But yeah, I was really, really pleased to, you know, get stuff from Relics. Again, I had a great time at Leeds Record Fair, you know, picking up some more gears and appeal sessions. So all round, my buying in October so far, and probably be it for this month, I think. Um, it's been really, really worthwhile, and I'm really pleased with what I got. So anyway, if you like, you know, what you see, please give me a comment. I always like to get comments from you guys. And so until next time, I'll say bye bye. So see you then. Bye.